Welcome back to Block TV. This is Trader's Take, where we take a dive into the charts to see what's really going on behind the scenes in the crypto markets. And today we're joined, as always, with our own technical analyst, the man with the plan, the fortune teller, and the fortune maker, Joe Saz. Joe, when I asked you before the show how the markets are doing, you said good. Please explain.
Yeah, so I'm happy that we're, struggling in this 9,400 area. This is good to me. We're not really, I wouldn't call it much of a struggle. I'd say it's a consolidation. We have definitely a clear line that bears are kind of stepping up against. So let's break it down real quick because, someone could be looking at this and saying this is feeling toppy. And I totally understand that because we do have a bit of distance from the 200-day moving average. And we could easily snap back. So let's take a quick look at the daily. We'll start on the small time frame because we definitely want to see what's been playing out in the market. We had a little bit of a shakeout over here, liquidated 9.3 million dollars on BitMEX here in one 5-minute period. This was a wild run. So we still have a lot of degenerate traders right now, just super bullish. So it's a little interesting to see that we still have people throwing everything they have at this, bulls in particular. Now, it does look like as we've moved up, there's a lot of resistance in this area. The bears own it's actually kind of a fair fight right now, but bears, as you can see, we're stepping up, controlling the 1% from price aggregation, the 2% from price aggregation. All the while, bulls are chasing the book up and holding this 2.5 to 5% range. So bulls are definitely creating what I call a buyer bedrock, which is to say this is very good looking support. So as long as the bulls remain in control of this 2.5% area, I'm not going to be too worried about a massive move down. It's going to be more about finding those little fear targets to shake out the market, like this one candle here, and of course this wick over here that liquidated another thing, 10.4 million. We're just getting shakeouts. All we're doing right now is this to me is clearly a bull market, and we're just getting these wild candle swings to the downside to just wipe out over leveraged longs. That's just the nature of the game. Whether it's BitMEX within control of the access to the information where they do what are known as liquidation hunts or stop hunts, allegations rumored by the CFTC, who knows? But the fact is it's happening. We're getting, clear and obvious shakeouts. These are liquidating millions of dollars worth of positions in very small periods of time, and then we continue right back up. A very low liquidity sweep right back up, which means sellers aren't chasing the book down. They're not convinced this is a top or anything like that. So as long as all we're getting are shakeouts and then a return to a nice reasonable price area like the mid 9,000s, 9,400. That's great to me. So I remain bullish, and my target remains 9,800. Hopefully, I'm hoping I might be very optimistic here, but I'm hoping that we break 10K this week. Now, a quick look at the daily, and this is the 4 hour. Let's hit the daily. We do have. Oh wow, this is actually looking really nice. Let's get rid of this real quick. I'm actually kind of happy to see that we found such strong support. This is a lower low, but we really rejected this low. So this is pleasant to see. This doesn't feel as much like a top if we have a nice reversal candle right in the middle of what would feel like a top, and then a continuation down to this 200-day moving average resting around 8,900, high 8,800s. So I could, in one scenario, I could see us making a move down here, but this is a very technical play. And keep in mind, I think the market is irrational right now, and particularly irrational to the upside. So I have to sprinkle some pepper on top of my analysis here because we have a lot of the buyers are bringing the heat, right? So I need to go from what would be a very rational style of thinking and add a little bit of irrational thinking to it in order to make a more sound analysis here. So I'm thinking that this is looking good. I'm happy to see that we found a little bit of a lower low. This didn't really create a toppy look to it after creating such a push back up to the body space and the close of the previous candle, and creating that long wick. So that actually gives me a little more confidence that we're probably not headed straight down to the 200-day moving average.
Joe, I'll tell you one thing. Go back to the first chart you showed us. I'm really, for the new charts that you're using right there, the new charts that you're using, I must say, I don't really understand it, the analytics of it, but boy, oh boy, is it pleasing for the eye. I mean, it just looks good.
It's beautiful, isn't it?
It's a work of art.
I love this. This gives me everything. I could work from a laptop now. I got my order book, got my trade history. I can know exactly when people got liquidated. I can know exactly what point of control we have in the order book at various areas and aggregations. I mean, this is exactly how I would analyze the market using just this alone. So I could look over here and see at 9,500 we have a clear sell wall, right? 8 million in contracts stacked, pretty heavily relative to the 2 million and 4 million. And so, it's a great way to visualize my analysis method without having to learn everything that I had to in order to get here. So this is like one of the best things that I've seen. It really takes a lot of work and compacts it into one space for me.
That best looking charts is own Zachy Hennessy used to host Art of the Chart.
Oh.
Yeah, those are the good times. All right, well.
Yeah, we haven't collaborated yet. Oh, me and him.
Hopefully soon. Let's take a look at some old coins.
Yeah, sure. Let's run through, let's see, let's start. I got a Litecoin chart up here, Litecoin USD. Wow, Litecoin's really, really going up here. Let's see, so we broke the 200-day. This was 4 days ago. We broke it with the 13% move. That's exactly what you want to see. A little bit of, pizzazz, I guess, when you're breaking through these areas. Like here's another prime example. We really just took out this intermediate term moving average. This makes me very confident that if we were to do something like this and retest the intermediate term moving average like we did, break it in similar fashion, we would more likely bounce. And we have such an excellent aggregation of positive indicators here. I mean, this is looking nice and bottomy, confirmed bottom here. We've been moving up, came back to test the intermediate, moving up. I don't know if we really need to come back and test the 200. We are going to experience a golden cross of the 50 and the 125 moving average. So this is looking good. Litecoin's looking pretty hot right now. I think, I'm still not ready to say it, but this might be, a transition for the entire market. And this, isn't quite alt season yet, but I'm getting very close. I think you might hear me say this in the next 4 to 6 months, or possibly sooner. And should we pop our heads into XRP?
You know what? You lead the way. I'll follow you to the end of the world or to the end of the altcoins.
Sounds good. Wow, they took a move up. Nice. Let's see here what this is doing. All right, XRP is giving us a little bit of trouble. All right, so 6% move. This is looking pretty healthy. This is exactly what we just saw in Litecoin. A big, nice move as we broke the intermediate term moving average, in Litecoin's case, the long-term moving average. But here we are, interestingly enough, hitting the 200-day moving average, and I'm zooming in for dramatic effect here. This is interesting to me. I would really prefer to get a body, like say, I loved XRP and I was super bullish on XRP. I would really want to get a body close above this 200-day moving average. A rejection here is going to signal to traders that, that we lost the fight, right? So if you're trading XRP and you see a rejection on the 200-day moving average, that's a little bit wonky. You don't really want to get super bullish after an immediate rejection there. So if we don't get a body close above this, or even if we get a body close just slightly above it, I wouldn't be too comfortable there, assuming that this is going to now act as a support area. So I would, just be cautious about that. We do have a nice move for this 50-day moving average curling up. We do have a nice, this was a nice fight. The intermediate term moving average bought and lost. And here's a prime example. We didn't get a body close. We came close, got a wick close, got a wick close, got a wick above. No body closes, and we came all the way back down. Not, maybe not to the depths here, but we came down pretty far, almost testing the 50-day moving average. So XRP is looking pretty good right now. I think that if we can hold this, then it's likely to be that the intermediate term moving average will hold. But again, I don't really know. I just think that XRP is a weird asset. It doesn't really respond to the same stimuli that the wider market space responds to. So I'm kind of keeping it in its own camp. for now, but it does look like it is part of the package that is moved into a bullish posture. Let's just see how we get that close on the daily though, because if we don't beat that 200-day moving average, at a minimum we're coming back to test this 24-cent lower 24-cent range, 24.2 cents.
Well, let's take a quick look at Ethereum.
Yep, Ethereum. Let's get you up here. And yeah, Ethereum. Let's see. Long. I think I went long at 145, and let's see how they're doing. Oh wow, holy cow. This is. I really don't look at alts that often. So we're all right. So Litecoin was on a 7, a green 7. Ethereum's on a green 8, and this is almost definitely going to hit without like a pullback down to here. This is definitely going to be a 9 sell. So this might be looking for a pullback to the 200-day moving average, just on technicals alone. Right now, it's looking overall generally good. I mean, when I look at this again, it has a similar, bottoming structure as Bitcoin. Confirmed bottom in this kind of area. Little less decisive though of a bottom to me, but still a bottom nonetheless. Looking pretty clear here. Definitely not a dead cat bounce anymore. A higher high here. Our last 9 sell took us down for a complete, 4 candle pullback and then a continuation. There's a little bit of a green one in here. Anyways, point is this is looking good. 9 count with the pullback, 9 count with the pullback. I mean, you can't get any more bull market than that. Small pullbacks, general uptrends. I think this is looking pretty good. If I was in ETH bull, I would be, pretty comfortable. In fact, like I just said, I am. I do have a long from around 145 in ETH. So I'm gonna sit on this one. I don't really see. I'm not gonna scalp this move. I don't think this is, the end. I think Ethereum's gonna continue moving up, especially if Bitcoin does. So ETH is looking pretty healthy to me right now. We're probably just gonna get a little pullback if this 9 plays out. Nines have been a little wild lately. So let's see.
Well, you mentioned its connection with Bitcoin. Let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance in the cryptosphere, on the crypto markets.
Wow, what just took a leg up here? Is that Litecoin? Yeah, Litecoin jumped up. Bitcoin down to 66.85. Wow, losing a lot of speed here. Bitcoin dominance. I mean, just earlier this year was in the 70th percentile. Actually, it really only spent a tiny bit of time up here. So Bitcoin is losing a lot of dominance quickly. Maybe, like I said, you might be hearing me calling, ringing the alt season bell here pretty soon in the next few months. But look at this spike here. ETH jumping up to the 8 percentile range. Let's see. So, I mean, it looks like a lot of things are taking some serious legs up. XRP took a leg up, and what's this one? BNB took a leg down. I actually think that's pretty funny. Yeah, because I think CZ's, shitcoin is one of the, most stupid ones out there. But anyways, it looks like Bitcoin is losing dominance, and that is a clear, especially with the rising dominance of some of these, a handful of these top 10 cryptos. This is one of the indicators I was looking for to really make that decision. Is alt season, are we starting off in alt season? This is starting to look and feel like it, So keep your eyes out. One other thing that I want to see for alt season is like those corner of the market pumps, some random stuff, Verge, things that are worth like a couple hundred satoshis or maybe a couple thousand, but stuff like that. Once we start seeing those 300% moves, and I think that combined with a decrease in dominance and altcoin spikes, 200-300% daily. And then like a big pump and dump. Sometimes it can even happen in 15 minutes. Up 300 and down 300. That's what alt season is to me. So that's what I'm looking for. But yeah, it looks like we're losing dominance. Money's definitely funneling out of Bitcoin into alts. It's very clear. So something's going on. I think this could very well be bull market prep. I could be late to the party for all we know. I could be saying I want some conditions met, and just looking at this, it's pretty clear that alt season appears to be kicking off. So I think there could be some silent smart money really entering the altcoin space, knowing that they're going to make a killing if they pick the right ones and close those positions out. at the right time. So it looks like alt season is at least, there's a little bit of alt season in the air. I don't think it's raining yet though.
Joe, you might be late, but you're definitely fashionably late to the party. And if it is alt season and those little Satoshi stocks, as I like to call them, start firing up, it's always exciting times. And we look forward to having you break it down for us here on Trader's Take. Joe Saz, thank you so much for joining us. And for all our viewers at home, if you want more on blockchain, crypto, technology, and anything else, check us out at blocktv.com.
For more news and updates, follow us on Twitter.